I did a comparison video between OCBC 360 account versus UOB One account last month. And a lot of you have feedback that actually OCBC, the real rate is not 4.65% per annum because of some saving requirements. So in today's video, I'm going to address that question and maybe provide a comparison of what is a good alternative being HSBC Everyday Global Account or EGA. Now, why did I put these two accounts for comparison is because they are in a similar interest rate at around 4.6% per annum, which is essentially higher than UOB One account effective interest rate when there is no Nation of Savers promotion or any other quarterly savings promotion. And note that this video is recorded at the end of July, so I'm basing it on the July bonus interest promotion of HSBC being 3.6% per annum plus that 1% from the Everyday Plus rewards. So for August, the rates may change, and then I'll put this updated rate that is relevant for August when it's ready. And the similarity is that since both of these accounts are bank accounts, they are SDIC insured up to the first 100,000 Singapore dollars. Unlike other kind of investments like money market funds which do not have any kind of SDIC insurance, so the risk level is similar that I can compare apples to apples. Regardless, if you have better cash saving solutions that can earn you a high return with similar terms and conditions, then come and join us at our over 16,000 members Telegram group at Honey Money SG to share your ideas right there. To give a quick recap on OCBC 360 account, this is essentially a high interest savings account that comes with terms and conditions. So let's give a quick run through of how to fulfill the terms and conditions to get up to 4.65% per annum, which you will need to fulfill 3 criteria being salary credit, savings and spending. For salary credit, you will need to credit at least $1,800 salary via your company's corporate account to your bank account either by Fast, Gyro or PayNow. Then for the save criteria, there needs to be at least an incremental of 500 Singapore dollars additional savings per month. So that is something you really have to monitor because like if you start with $100,000, the next month you need to have $100,500 and then the following month you need to have $101,000, so on and so forth. So there's actually a frequent requirement to monitor the monthly average balance or average daily balance through your own calculations, or you can just log into your OCBC internet banking portal which will show you your average daily balance for the month. Now let's talk a bit about the spend criteria, which is on OCBC credit cards. And right now, I think it is quite a hassle, especially if you're targeting your spend on OCBC credit cards because they are not the best in the market out there. They are decent, but definitely not the best in class. So there's definitely an opportunity cost if you're spending on OCBC credit cards. But the fact here is, OCBC 360 still works if you do not have credit card spend on the OCBC credit card, just that you get a much lower rate of 4.05% per annum, which makes no point. So I would say if you combine all these factors and reasons, a good starting point at OCBC 360 will be to put in 98,000 Singapore dollars, then you at least have 4 months to increase the incremental balance to $100,000, which is the cap. And then you can get it as close to 4.65% per annum as possible. So does it sound really challenging to you? Still have to maintain it, not like UOB One just put in money and then spend $500 and then that's it. You just get your effective 4% per annum return for first $150,000. But that's not the case for OCBC. There's a lot of work involved. But in this credit card and bank account space, really, more rewards will come with more work. But if you want less work and more rewards, then maybe you can look at this. Do you know that Webull is one of the most competitive platforms for trading US stocks and ETFs? And here are 3 positive features of Webull. Number 1, low commissions. Webull charges as low as 50 US cents commission per order during regular and extended hours with 0 platform fees, one of the lowest fees in the market. Number 2, no foreign exchange fees. Webull does not charge any foreign exchange fees. The rates you see on Webull app are exactly what you get when you perform currency exchange. And number 3, regular savings plan. Dollar cost average your favorite US stocks, ETFs and mutual funds at your own pace. Start from investing as low as $5 by using your buying power, and you can schedule your order to be executed every trading day, week, 2 weeks or every month. For new to Webull users, there are welcome promo rewards. Fund a minimum of $2,000, complete 3 US buy trades and maintain until 30th September 2024, and you can get $60 of cash vouchers. If you fund minimum $10,000, complete 5 US buy trades and maintain until 31st October 2024, you can get $400 worth of cash vouchers. And if you fund a minimum of $100,000, you can get 1.84% per annum USD Moneybull interest booster for 90 days, capped at $100,000 subscription. And this reward could elevate your USD Moneybull interest to up to 7%. There is also an options trading promo for both new and existing users where if you trade a minimum of 100 US options contract monthly, the fees will be reimbursed when you fulfill the criteria. Also, Webull does not charge platform fees. Start trading with Webull by using my exclusive link or scan the QR code right here to get your Webull account today. Alright, let's talk about our next contender, which is HSBC Everyday Global Account. So I've always mentioned about HSBC Everyday Global Account giving you that 1% gyro cashback kind of thing, but today's focus is on the bonus interest campaign plus the Everyday Plus rewards interest. So based on July campaign, it's giving around 3.6% per annum for the bonus interest campaign, and it's only applied to incremental fresh funds that are deposited to HSBC EGA. What this really means, I think they have shown it quite clearly on the terms and conditions page, where if you have $10,000 of funds initially and then you deposit $190,000 to make it $200,000, only that $190,000 of fresh funds will be awarded that 3.6% per annum bonus interest. Then where is the 4.6% per annum interest? Like I mentioned in the first part of the video, it will come from the 1% additional bonus interest from the Everyday Plus rewards. So to qualify for Everyday Plus rewards or EGA, you will have to do a monthly transfer in of $2,000 minimally with 5 eligible transactions. So what thing qualifies for the 5 eligible transactions? I think the most simplest way is to just do a fast transfer of $1 out 5 times from your Everyday Global account. Just transfer $1 to your other bank accounts and do it 5 times and you will qualify for it. So once you have qualified for the Everyday Plus rewards program, the incremental fresh funds deposited to your account this month will get the additional 1%. So you see, 3.6% from the bonus interest campaign, 1% from the Everyday Plus rewards program, total 4.6% per annum on the incremental fresh funds. But here comes the problem, right? You can only get that 1% additional interest on the first month. Then what about the second month? You'll revert back to 3.6% per annum because there's no longer incremental fresh funds anymore. So this is where you will need to employ another strategy called Player 2, which means you have a Player 1, which is your main account. Then Player 2 will be another family member's account that you can trust, preferably your spouse. But I don't like to call it Player 2 strategy, I prefer to call it a ding dong strategy. So in the current month, assuming you're new to HSBC, your EGA is brand new, zero balance one. So you transfer in $100,000 and you qualify for the Everyday Plus rewards. This full $100,000 will qualify for that 4.6% per annum bonus interest, right? But next month, if you still want to get 4.6% per annum instead of 3.6% per annum, then what you have to do is to transfer this $100,000 to your other account. The Player 2 account, we call it Dong. Player 1, we call it Ding. So from Ding, you transfer to Dong in the second month. So now both accounts will get 4.6% per annum for the combined amounts. So this is why I say it has to be a trusted family member. You all can combine the funds together. Now speaking about combining funds, do you realize that if you were playing the OCBC 360 account interest, and then you're having this headache of not able to hit $500 incremental every month, do you know that you can now combo it with the HSBC Everyday Global Account? Because now your OCBC funds become fresh funds. You transfer out everything from OCBC 360, that $100,000 to HSBC to get a 4.6% per annum for that 1 month. Then the next month you transfer it back to OCBC 360 lah. You can ding dong between these two accounts, right? That's a new strategy for you. And that will essentially reset that safe criteria of having an incremental amount of $500 savings every month for OCBC. So in a way, OCBC 360 and the HSBC EGA, they are not enemies, they are brothers. They can work hand in hand together. And let's discuss some pros and cons between these two accounts. Firstly, for OCBC 360, when will you receive the bonus interest? Based on the terms and conditions, you will receive it on the 7th business day of the next calendar month. So that's quite fast, right? By the 10th calendar day each month, plus minus, you'll receive that bonus interest. But that is not the case for HSBC EGA. Because if we look at the terms and conditions, the bonus interest will only be credited 2 months after the end of the qualifying period. For example, if the bonus interest campaign ends on September, the bonus interest will be credited by the end of 30th November, which is very long, 2 months wait. So for those of you who cannot wait, want cash flow very tight, you all want to see the interest as soon as possible, then I think HSBC EGA may not be what you want. And to be honest, the faster the interest is credited, the more you can calculate it to see whether it's accurate or not. Whereas for HSBC EGA, you even forget what you eat for yesterday dinner already. How are you going to remember something like 2 months back? How much monthly average balance do you have? But you see, the good thing about HSBC EGA is that it does not require any form of salary credit or credit card spend. So you are free to credit your salary to any other accounts, and you're free to use any credit card from any banks. Therefore, if you want to compare apples to apples, you take out the credit card spend criteria from OCBC 360. you're only awarded 4.05% per annum, And then if you want to use the credit card spend to OCBC, you are limited, you see. And the fact here is HSBC Everyday Global Account actually has a higher cap than OCBC 360. The exact cap will be $360,000 in HSBC EGA versus $100,000 in OCBC 360. How do I get $360,000, right? Because your 1% additional interest for Everyday Plus rewards is capped at $300 per month. So if we just do the calculation, $300 multiplied by 12 divided by 1%, that will give you a net amount of 360,000 Singapore dollars. So for those of you who have much higher cash savings amount than $100,000, but within $360,000, then I think the ding dong strategy between two HSBC Everyday Global Accounts is much better, looking at both of these at 4.6% per annum range. But like I always say, interest rates will fluctuate, and next month in August, I do not know whether this promotion will carry on or not. So a bird in hand is always better than two in the tree, right? Grab your opportunities while you can, because make hay while the sun shines. This promotion will not last when the interest rate starts to cut. I've laid out the facts and comparisons. You can do what is best for your own personal finance situation. But if you really want to know between OCBC 360 versus UOB One, which one is better, then I did a recent comparison and you can check that out in a video right here.